It's the Two Girls and a Bottle of Wine podcast, and I'm Janet Blair. Each week, I sit down with one of my girlfriends, whether it be
Teresa, Natalie,
Carrie,
Kristen,
Tara,
Stephanie.
We talk about whatever.
We completely restore this trailer.
Fry people's faces off as a bad Mexican.
I don't understand the competition that goes on between women.
Two girls and a bottle of wine. Over a glass of wine, bottle of wine, or sometimes a couple bottles of wine. Join in on Facebook at facebook.com/2girlsandabottle-of-wine. Don't miss us. Hi, I'm Janet.
And I'm Carrie.
And we are Two Girls and a Bottle of Wine.
Because men like boobs.
And girls like wine. And we're here on a Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah.
We're both on vacation.
It's light outside.
It is weird.
I love this.
To be in the basement. And yeah, it's light and
it
nice.
is.
It's a little early to be drinking wine, but it's afternoon, so it's legal.
You don't know what I have in my coffee?
You're right. So welcome back, Miss Carrie McCloud. It's been about a month. What's new?
Not a lot is new.
You almost died.
I did almost die. Of course, I'm sort of dramatic whenever I'm sick. I was really, really sick and still had to work. So I'm recovering from that. Other than that,
and you're
working.
off all week. And
I
maybe
am.
next week.
Maybe next week.
That's so awesome. I'm off the rest of this week, and I'm loving it.
Isn't it great?
Just to roll over at like 8 o'clock and not be like, oh my God, I'm late for work.
Right?
Like I got up at 8:30, and Steve's like, why are you getting up? I'm like, I'm rested. I'm good. Let's go.
Exactly.
I'm not tired. And so, yeah. Staycation it is. I love staycations.
I do
no
too.
Packing. There's no extra money being spent for travel. And, the only thing I've done today outside of the house was go to the post office.
When you go away, too, you need like a vacation to
Right.
get over your vacation.
Yes.
You don't feel so rested.
That happened to me
Going
my
away
last
is great.
vacation. Yeah. It's fun to go away, but yeah, you need to come back and have still a day to recover.
Exactly.
So this last Sunday, we went out to dinner at Kona Grill here in Denver. Amazing food.
The service was not that great.
The service was
What was with the service?
horrible.
I have been to Kona so many
Me
times,
too. That
and
was the worst.
The service is usually incredible, and it was just.
Steve's like, you got to think maybe he has something going on in his life, or maybe he's new.
That's so nice and generous of
I
Steve.
know.
I was just irritated.
I'm
I
like-
still tipped him, but
I know. So it was. Steve got dinner that night, and I was like, why are you leaving 20%? He didn't earn it. 10, 15.
yeah, I
never
left
leave nothing.
15. Mm-hmm.
But Steve left 20, and he's like, you never know. I'm like,
He started out good too. He came over, he introduced himself,
and that was before I showed up. And then when I showed up,
it might have
sat
been
there.
Maybe he was against you.
Yeah, he's like,
I
what
doubt
the
it.
heck?
I can't imagine anybody being against you.
She's got the B vibe.
We might have annoyed him before you got there.
No way.
Could have happened.
He was just not mentally there. Like everybody got their food, and I'm sitting
I
there.
know.
I'm like, well, that's okay. But I was a waitress for many years, and there are rules like 2 minute rule.
Exactly. I don't think when I was a waitress I ever didn't bring all the food out.
Right. Like, and when the other people brought the food out, I would be like, okay, checking to make sure, all right, we're good. And he took
Exactly.
like 5 minutes to even come back to the table after the food was brought.
Exactly. Yeah, he wasn't with it.
No, but
Poor
it was
guy.
a fun night. We should have gotten a picture that night.
We should have.
I
We
was
did
not
do
on my game.
me, Teresa,
Really?
Julie, and Ellen. We got pictures of our feet, of our
Oh.
shoes.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was thinking that today because, again, you showed up without any makeup, and so we can't take a picture, and I should have taken a picture with you on Sunday night. And it was a late happy birthday dinner.
It was nice.
It was. Thank you for letting me be involved in that. That was a lot of
No, thank you.
awesomeness.
Thank you for coming. That was awesome. A few people couldn't show up, and the holidays. That's always been the curse of my birthday being right before Christmas.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
My mother's the same way. Hers is December 19th.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel so bad.
I always got the combo gift, the combo Christmas birthday gift growing up, and never could really have a party because there was always parties going on.
Everyone
and
was busy.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm totally off off topic here, but I have been fighting with the United States Postal Service over the last week. Another customer service issue.
Okay.
So I sent my mother a birthday gift, and then I sent her a Christmas gift. 2 separate boxes, but I sent them the same day. So she lives with her sister, and I let my aunt know, hey, 2 boxes are coming. I'm tracking them. I'm using the tracking, and they should arrive on this day. So I checked on that day, and it said it would arrive that day or the next day. Still plenty of time for her birthday and, of course, Christmas. So it says it's delivered, not delivered to the house.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, what do you mean you didn't get it? It says it was delivered.
Right.
Not out for delivery, delivered. So, we didn't get it. So I opened up a ticket. If you're in the corporate world, you know what that means. You're opening up a complaint with the United States Postal Service, and waited 2 days, and then finally got a call from the Parker, Colorado, when it was sent to Missouri postal office, and they're like, well, here's the phone number for that postal office there in Missouri. Call them, and maybe they can provide some insight. I call, and I have never been talked to so rudely in my life.
Oh, my gosh.
And I did not go in guns a-blazing. Like, things happen. I forget things at work. I just need to be, oh, Janet, don't do it like this, you know? So I'm like, this says it was delivered. It wasn't delivered. Well, your mother moved. I guess my mother had shown up at the post office, which, again, she's not an angry person. She probably would just been like, I want my gifts. Where are they?
Right.
This lady was like, your mother moved. Oh, no, she didn't. Well, she doesn't live with anyone that she was related to. She lives with her sister. Well, I don't know what's going on, and this just seems like a big mess. And I was like, yes, it does.
And you guys caused it.
And I was like, I'm going to talk to my mother, and then I'll get back to you. And I haven't called her. But then she got one of the gifts. I guess they were delivered to another house. The postman was able to retrieve one of the gifts, and the other one they swear they didn't receive. But the postman's like, yes, I delivered it here.
Oh, no.
They were not anything expensive. It was all sentimental. Like a coffee mug with our pictures on it, because she drinks a lot of coffee. A 2015 calendar with pictures from when we went to visit her this summer. And so, yeah, it's just ridiculous. It's still not resolved, but I'm waiting for it to get resolved, and then I'm going to complain like crazy.
The problem with the government is there's no recourse.
No. Sure.
Anytime you deal with any of those customer service issues with the government, there's no recourse. I did actually have a very good experience with the Postal Service this week.
Let's share that, because that will make me feel better.
Well, it's not a good experience in the fact I was sent a certified letter from the government.
Boo. Another department of the government.
Another, right, but they lost it. I went to go pick it up. I had to wait in line after all these, it's the holiday season, so I had to wait in line. I get up there, they can't find it. Then somebody else comes to help me. They can't find it. Then they bring a supervisor to come and help me. They can't find it. At this time, too, I'm sick. I'm late for work. Oh, no. I'm frustrated. I already know this is probably a letter from the IRS. I need to get this. And so finally, this guy, he says, look, let me have your number. Where do you work? I will find it. I will track it down, and I will deliver it to you personally. And that's what he did. He delivered it to my work. He found it, delivered it, and I can't shoot the messenger. It was a letter from the IRS, but I commended him. That was great, great, great customer service. But generally, that's not the experience you have with the government.
No.
They can give bad service, and there's no recourse.
They can be very rude.
Exactly.
Because they can be.
Exactly. They have these protected jobs. And I work at Children's.
Right.
So there's another issue with the whole government. I think you heard about the whole VA fiasco.
Yes.
It was very sad. All these construction workers, I mean, we see thousands of them on campus because they're building the VA, and all of a sudden they're gone. They're completely gone. And then we find out that they paid out of their own pocket to make sure that these employees were paid. They had They had a budget of $600 million, but a plan that was $1 billion at least.
Wow.
And
That
so
sounds like
all these issues, and I was thinking, I think some branches of the government are where people go to work when they can't handle McDonald's or Walmart. They're just too challenging. The jobs are just too hard for them.
And the job security, it's like the ultimate union. without having to deal with the
Yes,
union.
yes, exactly.
The U.S. government.
Exactly. And I know that they have to deal with so much. I know that
They do.
I was an eligibility technician for food stamps many
wow.
years ago, and
Wow.
you deal with a lot of stuff, but I can also say with some of my coworkers, they probably couldn't handle jobs at Walmart. So,
Right.
there's just no recourse. It can be really bad customer service and no recourse whatsoever. And that's sad.
That is very sad.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes. Anyway, I don't know how I got off on that tangent. I have given a turkey for the holidays in the past. And when we were at dinner on Sunday night, you mentioned that you were given a turkey once.
I was.
And I want to hear this story. Actually, I want everyone that's listening to the podcast to hear this story because I still have been laughing, and it's been 3 days.
For everybody to know how incredibly incompetent I actually am.
Incompetent.
So during my undergrad years, I was a bartender at Gunther Tootie's in Glendale. I was a
Nice.
mainstay there. I was there all the time. And the owners of Gunther Tootie's, as a Christmas bonus, they gave us each a turkey.
Which, working in the bar restaurant industry, the fact that they even gave you something is amazing.
It is amazing. I didn't need a turkey, though.
Right.
But they gave me a turkey, and I put it in my car, and I went and picked up my daughter who's now 25, and she was little then. I went to pick her up and left the turkey back there, and then my car was parked for a few days, and the weather was cool when I parked it, but then it warmed up over the next few days, and I was driving in it later, and I'm like, what is that smell? This had to be probably 10 days after getting the
God.
turkey. I'm driving, I'm
And
like,
how warm
what
is
is
it
that?
outside?
It was unseasonably warm for December. It was probably around 60, 65. So a lot warmer too in your car, because my car was like this
Right.
dark navy blue.
Of course it
And
was.
I'm just driving. I'm like, what is that smell? That is so incredibly disgusting. What is that smell? And I look, and there's like this pile of turkey mush.
Did you touch it?
Well, I made my boyfriend at the time, who later became my husband and later became my ex-husband, I made him deal with it. Please deal with this smell. But I never got the smell out of the car. It was
I can imagine the
disgusting.
juices.
It was disgusting. But then, of course, I put the dogs in the car. Dogs are excited. Woo! Dead carcass. They don't care.
I love my puppies, but ew, dogs, ew.
I know, they just were smelling, like so excited, smelling. Fortunately, they couldn't eat it, but
So
yeah.
I think of when I leave like chicken wrappers in the garbage
Mm-hmm.
without rinsing them off enough, and then the next day you're like, ew, what's that smell?
Uh-huh.
Is it like that, but like 10 times worse?
Way worse.
Oh.
Yes, I honestly thought there might possibly be a dead body in my trunk. I'm considering, did I maybe kill somebody, put them in my trunk, forget to dump them? I didn't. I mean, it was a horrible. I don't think I've ever smelled anything like that.
How long did you own the car after that?
Not too much longer,
Yeah.
but only because the car died.
Oh.
That was it. But
So what not to do with a Christmas turkey
Yes.
or ham
Yes.
or any meat product?
well, and it's not like I learned my lesson, because then later I had a banana in my backpack, which I put in my backpack, and it was like the last day of school. This was also undergrad years. And I had a banana that I had taken, and I left it in my backpack. And, you have a month break in
Right.
between. And anyway, I had to throw the backpack out.
I think we've all done stuff like that. Like
Yes.
you leave. I've left a banana or like an apple, and you find it, and you're like, ooh, yuck.
Yeah,
gross.
exactly.
But I don't know. The way you tell stories, it's so much more interesting. And I thought it would be a great a lesson for everyone listening to keep an eye on your turkey. Don't forget it in your car.
Unless you're like me, you won't learn from it.
And then as we were out on Sunday, you wanted to collect a souvenir. Is this something that you do? Like, you've done it before. I know that. We've talked about the carafe the last time you and T Squared
Stolen
went
in
out.
my cleavage.
And what did you take this last Sunday?
I don't know. What are those little dishes?
To
Those
put
little,
the soy sauce in.
yeah, the little tiny
Yes.
dish, and I don't need it.
Right.
And
It's
I'm
a
not
souvenir.
like a kleptomaniac. I don't go stealing
is this
stuff.
okay
Just
that we talk about this?
yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's
All
fine.
right.
I'm really not a kleptomaniac. I mean, you don't
It's
have to
just
worry
souvenirs.
that oh, did Carrie take something while she was
Never.
here?
Oh my gosh, never. Stop.
You might want to worry about that. But I go out so seldom that...
And that's what you kept saying.
Yes, so I keep like a little souvenir, and it's always something